Hi, it's Vicki and welcome to my channel. And today I have not one, but two quilty boxes to share with you. Reason being, October was a very busy month for me. I went on a cruise and was away from my home for like 10 days. And then I also went on a business trip, and in between all that had a lot of overtime to work. So even though I opened the box last month, I just haven't had an opportunity to shoot a video. And embarrassingly, in the meantime, my November box came in. So I have October and November, and I haven't even opened November. So let's share what's in the October box. And you can see it starts out with a book. Very nice. But let's see who the curator is this month. It is Angela Walters. And it includes, I'm going to go ahead and read what's on the card since I've already seen it. It includes fat quarters, the book, a template, and some cotton thread. So let's get at it. Now, what I like about these fat quarters, and I love fat quarters, look over here. In fact, maybe I'll turn you a little to my fabric stash. As you can see, I am a miniature, or as I've mentioned before, I'm a miniature quilter, and as you can see, most of my stash is fat quarters or smaller pieces. So this was very exciting to me for two reasons. One, because it's fat quarters, and another, because it's all shades of gray. I think some of you may realize just how hard it is to find gray, and for some reason I've in the past have made a lot of outdoorsy looking quilts, and they definitely was looking for grays or things that could represent water, sky, rocks, land, you know. But anyway, so I was very excited to see all these gray fat quarters, and there appears to be, I think, 4 of them. So yippee. The book is called Create Quilts with a Colorful Spin, a Modern Twist. It's by Martingale Press and Natalie Barnes with Angela Walters. And Angela Walters was the curator, so this is her book. Oh, I'm sorry. And the retail value on the fat quarters is $12, and since there's 4, that would be $3 each. And the book is $24.99. I love books. I'm not going to turn the camera around again and make everybody feel like they're drunk, but I have books lining my shelves there. And speaking of drunk, the template is the Drunkard's Path template. It's a 3.5 inch. It's an acrylic template. I haven't used templates a whole lot. I'm either a rotary cutter or paper piecer. Oh, it's actually 2. Well, yeah, of course, Drunkard's Path. So I don't know. It's very nice quality, that's for sure. A lot better than cutting paper. But if I don't use that, which I will, I might expand my horizons. Thank you, Quilty Box, for making me do that, forcing me into a less comfortable zone. But if I find that I'm not, I don't want to waste it, and I will probably give it to another quilter that would use them. So never a loss. And then the final item, oh, and that's valued at $15 for the templates. And the last items are 2 spools of thread, and they are valued at $4.99 each. And they are 220-yard cotton threads from Aurora Fill. And one is a yellow, and one is a gray. And it's such a nice, light, soft butter yellow, and then gray, of course. So coordinates with the bow and the fat quarters. So that is the October Quilty Box. Thank you, Quilty Box. Now let's take a look at November. November feels kind of heavy. Hard to beat a book, though. Don't you just love the quilt on the cover? It's just so colorful and beautiful. So, all right. So let's see what's in November's. I should have probably cut it open. But since I'm in a sewing room, there's no shortage of scissors. Even the just craft kind. Definitely not my sewing scissors. Oops, I think I opened it upside down. I did. Ooh, fabric. Wow. Worms. All right, so here's the card and stuff. It's usually at the top. Excuse me. It's at the bottom this time. Sorry, I have a medication that makes me cough. Okay. Kanisa, or I don't know if it's Vanessa, or I think it's a fancy V and it's Vanessa Wilson. Yes, it's Vanessa. I found it here in the regular type. Is our curator. And let's see what's in here. We have fabric, we have a slicer, and we have some samplers of thread that look very exciting. I just got a peek at them. And some paper. So let's see what this is all about here. First is the thread. And this is the Cotton Petites handwork thread. It's variegated. That's the word I'm looking for. I sort of say multicolored, but variegated. Maybe I can show you the one on the end so that you can see it's not solid color threads. They're very beautiful, very nice. And there are 6 of them in here. And a yellow, a light blue, a dark blue, a multi. I got sort of pinks mostly, and then reds mostly. And they say they are valued at $8.99. Oh, the colors change on these every 2.5 to 5 inches. You'll be dazzled and amazed at the intriguing results you get with sulky 12-weight cotton blendables thread. Multicolored threads. So it is multicolored. I call it variegated. Try to be fancy. See what happens. All right, so the next item, it looks like half a ruler. It is called, I've never seen this before. It's the 10-inch slicer from Crafty Gemini, it says. And let's see what it says. Well, it's valued at $14. And it is a ruler and template that allows quilters to make quilts using just 10 by 10 inch squares with no fabric waste and without the need for additional yardage. It's not just a one-trick pony. It's a template and a ruler. You use the measurement lines to cut strips for quilt designs and scrappy bindings. Oh, there's a tutorial on how to use it at http://craftygemini.com/quiltybox to learn how to use it. And the example they use is a birds and bees 10 by 10 inch square to create a fun pillow cover. So that I definitely am going to go check that video out. If not tonight, no later than this weekend, I'm sure. So that's very different. This looks like I broke my ruler. All right. And let's see the next item. Let's just get to the fabric. Okay, that's what I'm here for. It was probably boxed very nicely. Let's see if I can fix it back up. There we go. There they are. Oh, yes. It says birds and bees on the back, and they mentioned that in the video. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's got, yes, birds and bees. So it's got bees, and I see butterflies, and bees, and wasps, and ladybugs or something. Oh, and more flowers. Oh, these are just beautiful colors. Look at these colors. I hope you can see how beautiful they are. Let me hold on. Then in the back, I noticed there's like the dark star. Let's see. There it is in like a purple and a blue. Let's see what else we got here. Hearts with sort of a navy background. Just a nice, beautiful assortment of fabrics and colors. Let's see what they have to say about these. It says birds and bees, Michael Miller Fabrics. It's 10 by 10 inch squares. There's 25 of them. And they're designed, the Birds and Bees collection, as an exploration into her love for winged creatures. Okay, so it's berry, lilac, and indigo. And coral, and teal, and charcoal. That's very nice. They're very pretty. And they're bigger prints. But even I could use this for my miniature quilting. Oh, look. And all those hearts, one of them is actually a bug of some sort. Very nice. And oh, the value on those is $25. And then finally, Paper Solvy Water Soluble Stabilizer. Now on the back, it says to reproduce multiple foundation and paper piecing, to print designs directly, from your printer, or as a stabilizer, and then the removal is easy. I do paper piecing, and in pulling the pieces off after I have it all sewn up, it makes perforated lines where you've sewn, and makes it relatively easy to pull off. But sometimes I feel like I'm pulling the stitches out, or at least loosening them up. So this is interesting because it shows it like if you can see that bottom picture, it almost looks like you would dip that in water and it would just come apart. So I've never heard of this. Oh yeah, used as a foundation or stabilizer, dissolves quickly in water. So what does it say? So pretty much the same thing. It's a great way to use your computer or the internet. And you put designs onto the Paper Solvy. And then you wash it out once it's stitched. So pretty much what it said. And $8.99 is the retail value. And I'm pretty anxious to try this. I don't have any time right now to do any paper piecing because I'm working, I don't know if you can see behind me, helping to make a raffle quilt, auction quilt, fundraiser quilt. So I don't have time to use it right now, but believe me, my mind is turning, and it will until I have an opportunity to use it. But that's pretty exciting. So once again, Quilty Box, thank you very much. I'm very pleased with what you sent, and I really appreciate that they send products that maybe I haven't seen before. I don't really have a quilt store that I visit like I used to, where I could hang out with other quilters and see what came in that was new. Mostly where I live, it's Joann's. Not that there's anything wrong with Joann's by any means, but it's just not the same. It's not that camaraderie and that networking and sharing of information. And I'm not in a quilt guild where I live currently. So this is my quilt guild, I guess. These are my buddies that I used to have, quilting buddies that would say, oh, try this, or look what I bought, or something like that. So, but with that said, I did buy one thing. And I was recently on a cruise that I mentioned before on vacation, and it went to Canada and New England, and the first stop was Halifax, Nova Scotia. And everybody else is buying t-shirts and mugs, and I bought a pen cushion. And it's made from a tartan that I don't, somehow associated with Halifax, Nova Scotia, I guess. But I said, pen cushion, okay, now that's got my attention. And some homemade soaps did as well, but they don't fit into the video. So anyway, thank you for watching my video, and thank you very much, Quilty Box, for being my quilting friend and for getting me to try new things, stepping out of the comfort zone.